Hi, I'm Charcy. Some of you may know me as Suza Diva out of Fayetteville, North Carolina. This is the IM4GOD Movement podcast where we let people tell their testimonies from all walks of life. For those that's just tuning in, welcome. For those that's been watching us, thank you. This is where we tell people, to be themselves and understand what God is doing in the world. He's doing with any and everybody, using us all, and letting you know the same miracles he did in the Bible, he's doing today. Today I have a special guest. Her name is Tiffany. She does so many different things, but I'm going to allow her to introduce herself. Tiffany, can you tell people a little about yourself so they can feel like they know you a little better?
Okay. Hi, my name is Tiffany Thomas. I just recently turned 37 years old, May 23rd. Thank you. I'm a natural hair care specialist here in Fayetteville, North Carolina. I do a lot.
She does a whole lot for the community. I mean, I'm so, proud of you, And of course, we ain't got enough time to go through everything, and we and her has joined together in business and some things too. So y'all be looking out for that. But we're not here to talk about that today. Right. But God is good all the time. And like I said, Tiffany does a lot with the kids because you're going to do something. What's for the kids? You're going to...
Okay, so being that I've been a hairstylist I actually started, it was a passion, a dream of mine. So I started doing my own hair when I was 3 years old. My mom instantly knew that I wanted to do hair. So she invested in baby dolls, stuff like that. Well, when in ninth grade, I had a hairstylist that actually let me be a shampoo girl. And she taught me a lot of things like wrapping and stuff like that. And also retail. So I gained a lot from that. And then that I knew I wanted to continue on to do hair. I also found out later on when I was 16, I got my first job being a braider. And so I really loved the whole aspect of taking care of the hair underneath and what braids could do if they were done properly. So I spent a lot of time focusing on that. And so I became a natural hair care stylist.
And you have a growth concern.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely you have to give them that information towards the end.
Okay, but to answer your question, being that I was a stylist for so long now, my dream, I ask God, because everything that I do, I ask God, what is it that I need to do to glorify your name in this? And if it's not to glorify your name, I don't even want to start the business. So I always wait for that. And he told me that, I did find out that my ministry was behind the chair. I met a lot of people, clients that became family and that helped me also with the word as well as helping them. So after that, I'm like, okay, God, I done accomplished that. It's got to be something else in here. So he started to have me pour out to other stylists to help them to get to where I was, because I was once there and had no help, other than who God sent me in spurts. But I come from a little town in Rayford, North Carolina, so there wasn't much resources at all. I didn't know how I was going to get to college, none of that. So to fast forward, like with that being said, now that I have helped so many girls in my salons, like now I feel like it's time for the kids. As you know, what we're going through right now with the pandemic and schooling and everything, I feel like a lot of kids are lost. But I see so many talents in these kids that I meet even through the salons that I'm like, God had told me that, you need to pour what you have into these kids. So we started off Hair to Life. Hair to Life, we're trying to make into a nonprofit. It was a idea given by God. And first it started off where we would shut down our salons and have those from group homes to rest homes or less fortunate to come in, and we would cater to them to make sure their hair is healthy and everything. And we enjoy that. So after COVID, God told me, I want you to twist this thing around. And he said that I need you to pour into the kids and teach them everything you know about the entrepreneur life, so that they can be equipped and so that they can, you know, pour that into the future to come.
Yeah.
So that's what Hair to Life is about. And it's not just about kids that want to be hairstylists. It's about teaching all aspects of life, customer service. They're going to have days where they come in and do their homework, and we have stylists to help them with their homework, fitness, how to eat properly, how to talk to clients, all that kind of stuff. And we're going to be actually building their own businesses, helping them to do that. So that's a brief.
Lesson by itself.
Yeah. I'm excited.
Yes, yes. And I have to ask you, you know, even with the, you know, doing hair, you know, we all go through things as stylists, but, you know, I can see you're not one of them stylists that's just in it for the money. You're more, you love what you do. Correct. And, you know, me, myself, the same thing. And, I mean, it's nothing like doing, even an adult or a child, when you do a makeover, the feeling is like priceless.
Oh my God.
You know, it just brings tears to your eyes, because like, especially to hear that child or that parent or that woman say, you know, oh my God, that's me. And you know, all it took was the gift that God gave you. You know what I'm saying? And it's so many girls from young to old that always looking at the TV saying, you know, I wish I could look like that. Or I wish, you know what I'm saying? You're like, girl, please sit down. Let me show you that ain't nothing but some makeup, some braids. Let me show you how that's done. And when they see it, it's like their own movie that they're looking at themselves. Right. And that's how I tell people all the time, like, you know, you should if you're not going to take the time to make somebody over, why you only sit there and tell them what they should do? When you should show them. That's right. You know what I'm saying? But then go back to them ones that they don't even know how to do it. But if you don't know how to do it, they don't speak on it. There you go. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, like I said, that's why I love our field. You know what I'm saying? Because I just the fact that I can give a gift that just take a few minutes of my little time that, you know, to make them over, that means the world to them. It's life changing. Yeah, it is. Just like this makeup we wear. Same thing. Every woman need to try it. Just one time. I promise you. One time. But anyways, you know, even to like, you know, like I said, I'm so proud of you, everything you've done. I'm proud of you too, girl. I'm so proud of you too. Because you do so much for the community, and like I said, you know, from the shelter stuff you give away, all that stuff, you know, all that. And as far as that person out there that's looking and they saying, you know, like that young girl, they're saying, you know, well, I want to be a hairstylist, so I wanted this, so I wanted that. And you're letting them know, you're actually teaching them, and that's a good thing, because we didn't have that, you know what I'm saying? So that's a blessing on top of that. But I have to ask you that question, you know, when was that first time you realized God was real? Whew. Okay, so that just brought chills on me, girl. I understand, honey. I understand. The first time, I want to start off first saying that I grew up in the church. My mom, my dad, they kept us. My mom is Korean. She came from overseas. So my dad was military, but we came here, and my dad had me and my brother here, and my grandparents, my dad's mother and father, kept us in the church. They were mother and deacon of the church, so we stayed in church. And I mean, yes, those 5 o'clock afternoon services too. But so I knew God was real, but the very first time that I feel like I experienced the Holy Ghost was when I was 14 years old. At that point in time, my mom and dad was already separated, and I was living with my mom, and we were actually staying in the projects, and I didn't know what the projects was, because my dad had his own land. We had our own home, you know, and everything, actually helped build the house and everything. And when we were separated, you know, I kind of didn't know that where we were moving to would be the projects. I knew nothing about it. But before then, we were staying in a shelter for about a year. So I kind of got closer to God then, because I knew who to call for. Right. It wasn't until after we didn't get into the apartment in the projects till when I was 12, on my 12th birthday, actually. And it was a guy that came through in a van that would pick up kids in the project from St. Paul's, I want to say, and take us to his church. Well, I actually joined the choir. He had a children's choir, and he had me be the lead singer of the choir. And it was... let me tell you,
I ain't been practicing, but let me tell you, I sing for the Lord, and
I understand.
Ain't
Totally
a good
understand.
tune, so I guess he be giving that.
I trust God. We can relate on that one now.
Yeah, but I do love to sing though. That is another passion of mine. But it wasn't a day that I was singing. I was actually sitting in the audience. We were having revival church, and we was at another church, and he was calling up for prayer. And I used to think that when people would fall out and get those little white towels over them, that like, what is they doing? What happened to them? And I guess God knew my concern. Like, okay, she wondering about it. Let me show her this is real. So I actually went up there that day to get saved when I was 14 years old. And I knew that this pastor did not touch me. She prayed over me, and I felt it. I felt something actually go through me that knocked me down. I didn't fall out unconscious or nothing, but I did notice, like, once I fell down, I was awoke, and I'm like, this person did not even touch me.
Right.
And it was right then, like, I felt the Holy Ghost. I knew that he was within me, and been carrying him with him ever since.
Hey, I totally understand. When was that time that you maybe, how do you say, I don't want to say upset, but you didn't agree with a decision in your life?
Gosh. That's a hard one.
So it's not now.
No, I can't say it's not. I've never been upset. I can say I do have a very close relationship with God since I was young. So it's kind of like he kind of put me in the mindset to understand a lot of things that maybe even a lot of young girls wouldn't understand. So I was always understanding that, he was there.
Well, you can't question him, but I'm just saying, like, I mean, like, you did not really, as I said, not really upset, but you didn't agree, because people want to just put like, oh, like, you just got to be this Miss Perfect, and you don't never, go through things or whatever, and you may disagree with something that, of course, his plan is his plan, your plan is your plan, but God's plan is the plan, period. But, so, I mean, if you haven't, you haven't. It's just a question
I haven't got to that point where I'm disappointed with him. I do be like, okay, God, I'm waiting. I'm still waiting here. I do remind God.
Oh yeah, I do too.
I was kind of, I kind of question sometimes, I guess, about my mom.
Okay.
My mom is over here, no family. It's just her kids that she has. It was very hard for her to learn the language. She still struggles with the language sometimes to today. And she goes through a depression. She goes through a depression of not knowing her family, if her family's still living in Korea or not. She hasn't been back over there since like the 90s. And so I do feel her pain. I am an empathist. So I do feel her pain a lot. And to know that she's such a giving, loving type of person, I just like wonder when her breakthrough is gonna come through. I guess I do ask God about that a lot. I understand my own, but I don't understand everyone else's. So I guess where I would question him more is with other people that I'm connected to when I see them struggling or...
But not personally for yourself.
No, I haven't been disappointed with him. Like, I love God. I tell anybody, I love God, and I trust his process. Now, I do get wary like a human, sometimes, like, how I'm going to get this done or how I'm going to get that done. But he'll quickly remind me.
Oh, yeah.
And like, you remember, I came through for you every time, even at your lowest. So, nah, I'm not never disappointed at him.
That's just a question I ask everybody.
Yeah, that's great.
I mean, regardless of you are just pointing out matters his way anyway.
That's right.
But at the end of the day, like of course, I definitely love him like around my heart. But I have times we had disagreements, but at the same time.
Right.
But I mean, it's his way regardless. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, like I said, I tell you all the time, I'm sending him invoices left and right. Like when you gonna send my part? But he ain't gave it to me yet. But it's okay. But at the end of the day, I mean, I gotta say I love him. I wouldn't doubt nothing. Like I said, the process is everything. I thank him for the mindset. I mean, when people say like, far as change, I say first of all, you got to be open for change, and once you open for change, change can come. So hey, I totally can agree with you. I mean, even like I said, what I feel, people think that being stylist that you have so much. You know what I'm saying, and not understanding the struggle, and I mean for that child or that person out there that want to get in the field, make sure you love it.
Yes.
Versus just doing it for the money. Because if you're in it
Yes.
for the money, you're not going to last.
Yes.
I'm telling you, you're not going to last. But if you love it and to see people smile and the before and after, you'll last and you'll be blessed. You'll come across so many people and all kinds of stuff. God gotta lead your way, whatever.
Yes.
But even to that, we've been knowing each other forever. What do for God mean to you personally?
For God can mean so many things. Man, I have so many testimonies. Like I said, like try to say, we don't have enough time.
Right. God is good.
We don't have enough time, but I will tell one big testimony because I do feel like the devil has tried to take me out plenty of times because I've been for God for so long. So when I seen your brand, I'm like, oh, I got to be a part of this movement because nothing else matters.
Right.
Nothing else matters. Everything else falls in place when you're for God.
Oh yeah.
But one thing I can say that like I've been in plenty of wrecks before growing up, being a teenager, trying to party all night, trying to work during the day, no sleep. And this one time, it caused me to get in an accident. I was driving all the way from Yadkin Road to Red Springs, which is in the country, about 45 minutes away, and have no idea how I made it to get that far to where I was falling asleep going all the way. I was up for 72 hours, like straight. And I was almost there, and I talked to myself and I said, okay, you almost home, you're not gonna fall asleep. Well, as soon as I said that, I fell asleep again. And I quickly woke up, about to hit a mailbox, but I turned and I hit someone's ditch where we're in the country now, so it was only one house, miles and miles away, only one house, and she had a cemetery in her yard. And when my front of my car hit that ditch, it made me flip 5 times. And in the air, I actually hit the tree head on, and it fell on its tires. Well, when I looked, because the whole time I'm watching the thing, and the only thing, like everything, my keys flew out into the graveyard. My speakers flew out my car. All the glass was broken. The car closed. Everything flew out the car but me. That day, and I was young, I didn't wear my seatbelt a lot, But for some reason that day, God spoke to me, and I knew it was Him. And told me, "Say, wear your seatbelt," and I did, and that's the reason why I'm still here. I didn't have nothing but a bruise on one leg and a couple of scratches that you can't even hardly see today. That I didn't even have to go to the hospital for. And that right there showed me, if nothing else, that God had plans for me, and I needed to fulfill those plans.
Right.
So, that's why I went even harder, of coming out the country now. Like I said, that my mom was a single mother, no family to ask for help. I had to be the backbone. So it forced me to get myself together, stop going out partying and all that, and get serious about what I wanted to do. Not only that, to build my own, because I watched my mom struggle, working 3 jobs all the time. And I said, no. I can't do that. I can't. I got to be able to feed my whole family so that they don't have to do that. Right. So that's the reason why I go so hard and I do as much as I do, because I've always had to be that backbone.
So what would you tell that young girl, well, not a young girl, teenager, adult, that feel like, they're the backbone of their family?
Oh, man, I know it's hard. And I'm going to look you dead in your eyes. I know it's hard. But if you believe in God and keep God first, I promise you, it's not going to always be easy.
No, it's not.
But you got to keep that faith. You have to keep that faith and, ask God to give you those things like discernment, give you those things like patience, give you those things like, where do I, even you wake up in the morning, sometimes I say, okay, God, what do you need me to do? Who do you need me to bless? Because we're not here for ourselves. So if you can first put that at the forefront to know that you're not here for yourself and that you wake up every day to do God's duty, then it won't be so hard. It won't be so hard. Not saying that it ain't gonna be hard, but it won't be so hard to carry it on, is what I'm saying. I definitely encourage everyone to stay in school. I definitely encourage that. School is not only just to learn, but you do network with a lot of people, like going off to college. Furthermore, you know, you network with a lot of people, and you never know who God puts in your path to take you to that next step. Yeah. One thing I always tell people, like when they say, "Oh, well, this is going to be so hard," or "It's going to take so long to do it," I say, "Time is going to pass anyway." Yeah. So make that time count. Whether it's studying for something, you know, it's going to be a journey. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But make that time count. You know, basically, like I said, get all the knowledge you can.
Yeah, you got to.
Be humble. Be humble, because God will bless you just to test you. I would definitely say that He will bless you just to test you. So never look down on those that, you know, you don't think that's on your level. You know, always, you know, try to reach back and pull others up. You definitely get a big blessings for that, because that's called obedience. And I know obedience is better than sacrifice. Yeah. So when I hear God talk, and even if it's you know, a homeless person that you feel like, hey, they don't want no food, they want something else. But if God say, give it. Do your part. Yeah. Do your part and watch Him work. He's amazing.
Yeah, listen. You know, we can go all day to my good God.
And we do, y'all. Like, I don't even know.
Yeah, we definitely do. But like I tell people, even walking with Him and having that relationship, I have to be honest, it is very hard.
Yes, it is.
But He give you a peace of mind.
He do.
And He keep you in a safe place. But I mean, I have to say it's well worth it. You just pushing through it and knowing He on the other side, he right beside you, it'll work out. You know what I'm saying? But when you're not walking with Him, it's so easy. You can do all kind of things. You can do
but, and it might look like you're getting ahead.
Oh yeah, too. But you're not. You're not.
But you're really not.
But when He ready for you, listen, He know how to let Himself be seen.
Yes, He do.
But I mean, like I said, you know, we can go on all day about that God, because He is definitely amazing. But even with that being said, you know, you have to definitely give the people the information as far as where they can find anything about you, what you got going on, what's coming up, what website you want to give out or anything like that. And before you leave, definitely tell that person out there, if you had one shot to tell the world something positive, what would it be?
Okay. First, Acute Braids. Acute Braids is found on Facebook. You can find that. That's all natural braiding. We have Hidden Jewel Salon on Facebook. We have estheticians and hairstylists there. We have Hillside Styles by Marie Edition. That's in Red Springs. That's our country salon. We've got hairstyling and body contouring and teeth whitening there. I have a brand called Diversity Fashion, which is a custom shoe and fashion accessory business. I also have an all-natural product called TheraGrow. Yes. It's very good, been going good for 3 years now. You can find that on Facebook. It's all natural, and it helps with hair growth and therapeutic benefits for the body as well.
How much?
So
I told y'all she got a lot. I told you.
Look, I have a Plenty Lashes brand. Gosh, I'm trying to keep up. I have Acute Vision Photography. Me and my husband, we do a little bit of photography. And then I have Fly Her, which is a motion graphic. I'm getting into the flyers and marketing business, which I'm so happy to say. I met with my beautiful friend here, Chelsea, and she connected us.
In the book that you're going to do, it's going to tell about what?
Yeah, so y'all hear some of my testimony, but again, we tell y'all, I'm telling you, it's so much more, and I really want to reach those that it can touch. So I am starting a book. My book is called Tiptoeing Into My Spirituality, and it's going to give little points on where my spirituality grew. Where my faith grew, how it grew, because I'm a strong believer that your faith can never stop growing. Right. So I just want to give y'all some pieces on that, and hopefully it can help y'all faith grow. Right. Yeah. What I would like to give.
Positive.
Let me tell y'all something. I'm gonna tell y'all anything. You just can't do nothing without God. Right. Keep God first. Do what you have to do to keep your soul fed and strengthened. each day, if it takes for you to hear a song, if it takes for you to just hear a word to start your day off, it really makes a difference. Yeah. So I definitely say just keep God first in everything and really build that relationship with him. Don't go off of somebody else's blessings and relationships. That's not how you're going to get your blessing. You got to do your own connection with him, and I promise you everything will fall in place.
Yeah, like I was telling people, somebody the other day, I said, first of all, you got to find out what you like.
That's right. Because you got to do it for free. You want to be able to do it for free.
Yeah, but if you don't know what you like, you're already losing.
That's right.
Because basically you're just following somebody.
Right. And that's not your journey.
Right. So it's like them roads, get in your own lane and stay in your lane. That's right. Because you jump in somebody else's lane, you're going to fall. Because you don't know how their lane is built. So just stay in your own lane, find out exactly what it is you like, and then watch how everything else will fall in place. And definitely include God. And I promise you, you'll thank us later.
Yes.
And for that first, I want to thank everybody and make sure that y'all tune in and check out the rest of the podcasts. You don't want to miss anything. Yes. Like I said, this is a bunch of testimonies with people telling their life stories to help somebody out there. And make sure you check that podcast. That website at IM4GOD.com. Yes. Check that out because we always change this stuff up. And
I know.
See y'all next time. It'll be okay. See y'all next time. I love you. Thank you.